Hello everyone and welcome to my J Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jordan's pregnancy results lead to some honest talks, and Josslyn catches Sonny and Carly together. Today, on General Hospital, Jordan chats to Curtis about her pregnancy test. News of Rick and Sonny working together spreads, and Josslyn finds Carly and Sonny together. Sonny finally delivers the news to Diane that he recruited Rick for when it comes to complicated deals with people with badges. It's actually for her own good. That goes over about as well as you could think, but Sonny insists his brother's changed and he is the only family Sonny has. That's the only reason he is doing this. No one's happy about Rick. Alexis is waiting for Diane at the Port Charles grill when Rick walks in, spots her and sits himself down to thank her for saving his life and holding him hostage. It was the therapy he needed to realize the only thing that mattered was family. Oh, he goes on and on about changing until Alexis just says he hopes so and sends him off to pester his date, Liz, who just arrived. Diane comes quickly behind to ask if Alexis knew what Sonny was up to. Yup. And she is the one who advised him to be upfront with Dan. At the other table, Rick tells Liz that he will be working so closely with Sonny and his business activities. Liz's face falls swiftly. It's not a good idea for so many reasons. Josslyn runs into column. Josslyn pauses at the brown dog before joining Trina, Kai, Gino and Emma, thinking back to her dispute with Carly when she hears about Trina singing at Carly's open mic night. She vows she will totally to make it as they all toast Colum and Brilliant stroll in, which means Josh needs to run. Big Pepper due. Gotta go. Trina escorts her out, but they can't get past before Colum spots her to say hi as he gets some beer. What then what? Trina orders her companion. Josh makes some excuse about him just being a random weird guy she keeps running into, which is a boring excuse. But she claims she is really dropping because of Brennan and her mom. Trina's advice? Try to talk things out with Carly. Brennan, meantime, wanders over to ask Emma how Anna's doing and is informed in no uncertain terms it's to none of his concern. Then she follows him back to the table and tells him to leave Anna the hell alone. Stella gives Portia a reality check. Stella waltzed into Portia's office and warns her to stay out of Jordan's business. Jordan faced the challenge and now Portia has to face her animosity against Jordan. Snap out of it now. Eventually, Portia acknowledges she ended their marriage, not Jordan. She and Curtis are to fault, no one else. Portia advises her to work through this for the baby that's coming and for her and Isaiah. The doc praises Stella. They hug and all is forgiven. It sets Portia up wonderfully for when Isaiah stops in and she claims her feelings for Curtis are in the past. Isaiah understands that he trusts her and is just thrilled she is moving forward. Jordan tells Curtis all. Jordan returns home to Curtis and informs him about the pregnancy test that was blessedly negative. Mostly she was terrified until Stella forced her to do it, and that was genuinely good. They talked things out, Portia though thinking she is pregnant. That's another matter. But Jordan gets it. Curtis is all the more shocked to see how gracefully Jordan's been treating Portia. She is a good person, Jordan insists. The two feel happier than ever because they can discuss their feelings with each other. Will Josslyn expose Valentine to Sonny? Carly finds Valentine waiting for her in the dark, eager to ask what sleeping together meant. Does she like him? Carly attempts clumsily dodging the things, but after Valentine informs her about this talk with Jason, she admits she has no regrets. Neither does Val. He smiles and goes back up to the attic. Sonny stops over next and gets an earful about Josslyn and their fight. Carly keeps it vague outside of Josh being furious with him, but Sonny has no difficulty keeping his distance if it's what Carly needs. But it's too late as Josslyn storms in and practically steps between Sonny and his mom. He offers to figure out whatever the problem is between them and, well, if you do the right thing by Donna and all your surviving children and leave the country, I will be sure to send you a postcard. Wow. She then turns on Carly. In the show's final moment, Alexis recommends that Diane should let Rick receive all the mud flung at him, and when Sonny comes crawling back, Diane can charge him triple. Rick, meanwhile, says Liz the real reason he is working with Sonny is to secure a solid career and set down roots for her. Sonny's look is priceless as he stands behind Josh, listening to her go off on Carly and her awful decisions. The choices she is making right now. She storms away, leaving Sonny bewildered. On the next General Hospital, Jason's farewell tour continues with a tough chat. General Hospital spoilers witnessed March 18. Jason leaves Danny to Alexis, say goodbye. Britt terrifies Brad. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, March 18 hint that Brad Cooper will be returning on screen to receive some terrible news. Brooklyn Quatermain will also have a recommendation to offer while Jason Morgan makes one of his own and leaves Danny Morgan apprehensive. First of Wednesday GA's episode, Harrison Chase will have some romantic time with Brooklyn, who will surprise him by suggesting they should take Delilah, Wilson's baby daughter. Brooklyn may argue they should apply to be the baby's foster parents and watch over her until her family can be identified. Chase may worry about Brooklyn getting too connected, but he also feels a special connection to this young one and may agree they should step up. Next, Britt Westbourne will sit down with Brad and say it's time for her to get the hell out of Dodge. Brad will be horrified by the rising risk as Britt reveals her ordaining position with Rush Column and James Sitwell. Britt will also surprise Brad by disclosing Lucas Jones has been helping her try to escape her present nightmare. At some time, Brad will argue Lucas to retrieve Britt's medications and to do whatever it takes to save her. Lucas already has a plan in place involving Marco Rios, but it comes with enormous risk. At Windermere, Marco will once again go rummaging a straw be the safe for a dose of Britt's prescription. That's where Colum will appear up clutching Britt's medicine, so he will inquire if Marco was looking for this. Marco may tell the same narrative he told Sitwell and act like he was only preparing Britt's next medication. Will Colum buy that or at least pretend he does? Well, he continues to observe Marco's behavior. Whatever the case, it looks like Marco will finally shift gears and get Colum focused on the request he made. This will undoubtedly have something to do with Marco's goal to see Sonny Corinthos wiped off the map. Marco may fill Lucas in on the close encounter with Colum later and leave him in panic mode. As for Britt's mediation dose, will Marco steal it as planned or be compelled to abort the task due to Colum's scrutiny? Other GS teasers predict Jason will have a difficult chat with Danny Morgan, who will be stunned when his dad asks how he would feel about living with Alexis Davis. This will lead to Jason revealing he needs to leave town for a bit, so Danny will have plenty of questions as they say their goodbyes. Danny will worry about his father, but Jason may assure that he is coming home someday. At the Port Charles Grill, Rick Lansing will push Elizabeth Baldwin to tell him if she sees a future for them again. It will leave Liz feeling stressed as she tries to figure out what she actually wants. In the meantime, Nathan West and Lulu Spencer will have a date of their own, so they may wind up at the Port Charles Grill too. General Hospital spoilers suggest Lulu and Nathan's evening will take a terrible turn soon, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers: Charlotte threatens Willow's career with shocking Nina recording leak. General Hospital spoilers show that Charlotte Cassidy means business when it comes to retaliating against Nina Reeves. Although Jack Brennan has driven Nina into a terrible hole, Charlotte still thinks like her former stepmom shouldn't shown some devotion. Instead, Nina sought to deceive Charlotte into exposing Valentin Cassidy's location. Charlotte isn't happy with Nina manipulating her and trying to sell Valentin out merely to protect Willow Kane. That's why Charlotte dropped that cryptic clue about giving Nina exactly what she needs. And she surely doesn't mean handing out Valentin's genuine whereabouts. Charlotte wants a good dose of revenge instead and looks determined to embrace her Cassidy origins to make it happen. In GA's March 10 episode, Charlotte delivered a reminder that she was a Cassidy and warned Danny Morgan that she was going to show Nina precisely what that looked like. Cassidys are typically crafty and cruel, so Nina had better watch out. You can bet Charlotte's going to do some plotting and come up with a strategy to hit Nina where it hurts. Again, Charlotte may simply keep withholding Valentin intel and hope that Brennan maintains his promise to make sure that traffic film is uncovered. However, that doesn't sound like the kind of thing Charlotte's been hinting at. Charlotte saying she is going to take a more active role in making Nina pay, so she may work a little harder on her former stepmother's collapse. Since Nina is placing her love for Willow above her love for Charlotte, this may be Charlotte's time to go after them both. After all, Charlotte now knows that the traffic cam footage could have meant Willow's conviction. Willow got away with shooting Drew Kane because Nina negotiated a deal with Brennan. So what if Charlotte decides to disclose that arrangement publicly? It would be easy for Charlotte to put up her phone or another gadget elsewhere. Perhaps the next time Nina and Brennan have a private discussion regarding their agreement, Charlotte may video tap their entire chat. Charlotte might prove that Nina persuaded Brennan to make the incriminating traffic cam type go away. From there, Charlotte might make sure that recording goes to the press and blow things up for Willow as well as Nina and Brennan. That would destroy Willow's new political career, derail her parenting agreement, and give Charlotte the Nina vengeance she is yearning. Charlotte could even extract a little revenge on Brennan, which would be a benefit in her view. General Hospital spoilers predict Charlotte could launch a controversy one way or another, so stay tuned for all the surprising news and significant ramifications. Well, the secret is out and General Hospital's Ryan Pavey couldn't be more excited. Well, the secret is out and it's straight from the shore. Those who follow General Hospital's Ryan Pavey know he is spent some time in the Caribbean, more specifically in Barbados, and now we know why. The ABC soap Fave shared a story on his official Instagram to tease his new movie, Shore of Secrets. Man, was this one a dream? Can't wait for everyone to see it. Pavey posted, along with a photo from a page within the latest issue of Strong magazine, which included a sneak peek of the movie, where he will appear as Kia and star opposite Brigitte Kingsley as Evangelina. And director and co-writer Andrew Simek also uploaded some behind-the-scenes images on his social media to announce that the movie had wrapped filming in January and added, "From the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone who took part in this adventure. To my crew from all over, thank you for your hard work, compassion, and caring. My cast, you are all rock stars, and I can't wait for you to see what we cooked up." With a special note to Pevi, he added, "Thank you for bringing Kai to life like only you can. What a ride." Pevi stepped into the comments to offer his own message to Simek and remarked, "My man, this was one for the books. Thank you for everything. This event with my closest folks is one I will remember forever. Can't wait to see our film." And we can't wait either. Stay tuned for additional details as they are published, as well as news about the second project Baby is getting ready to film, General Hospital spoilers, and its secret origins, Ezra and Jacinda. Ezra's late understanding and Jacinda's survival instincts shape who they are now by revealing how their past actions continually follow them. General Hospital tucked two origin tales into the thick of everything else on Monday, almost like it didn't want to call attention to them. One played out in an office with quiet tension and a few well-selected words. The other unfolded by a fire where the past came out in parts, not all at once. Neither felt like a major reveal. That's what made them stick in the back of viewers' minds. Ezra and Jacinda didn't just explain themselves. They showed how they got there and why it's not too easy to step away. Ezra claimed he didn't realize how deeply he was linked with Sidwell until it was too late. He is portrayed as someone caught in the situation, not as someone controlling it. Laura recognizes his position but does not excuse his conduct. Jacinda uncovers her background gradually, including being cut off by her parents and turning to escorting. Her history explains her guarded manner and cautious temperament. Michael listens without judgment, increasing their relationship. Ezra didn't plan to get this deep. Ezra stood in Laura's office and wasn't posturing. That's the first tale. He didn't steal anything or try to outmaneuver her in the moment. He just admitted it. He said he didn't realize how deep he was in with Sidwell until it was too late. Not a dramatic confession, more like someone recognizing the ground has already moved under their feet. By the time he viewed it clearly, the exits were gone. That impacts how he will be seen moving forward. He is not driving the machine. He is caught inside it, struggling to keep some equilibrium while it travels. There is a difference between being the mastermind and being manipulated by the mastermind, and Laura recognized it. She didn't forgive it, didn't soften around it, but she understood where he was coming from. Two persons in the same mess, simply standing at different angles. That's where Ezra lives right now, not totally in control, not fully out. Jacinda's past finally says its piece. Jacinda's tale came out more slowly. No great speech, no nice beginning and end. Just tidbits she shared with Michael after they made love in the gatehouse in front of a raging fire. She talked about being young, still in high school, and getting pulled into something with a man 10 years older. Her parents didn't approve and ultimately cut her off. From there, everything spiraled downward in her life. She ended up escorting to get by. It wasn't framed as a startling revelation. It was only explained as the next step in a chain of choices that left little options. It explains the way she moves now, the way she watches people, the way she keeps certain parts of herself under wraps. And then there's Michael sitting there, taking it in without flinching. He didn't try to correct it or judge it. He merely stayed and did the most crucial thing he could do. Listen, that's what makes the scene function. Her background didn't destroy the moment. It sunk into it and somehow made the present feel more real than before. Lulu and Nathan go on a date. Love flourishes for some in Port Charles, while Jason faces a conversation that could change everything. Lulu and Nathan have a somewhat obvious path to love. Maxie and Lulu are still pals. They had a challenging conversation. Dent insists he and Nathan are good and he just wants Lulu to be happy, but the jury's out on whether he will end up feeling any bitterness, even if he understands this is occurring because he was in mourning mode and wasn't ready for anything with Lulu. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.